Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, has reportedly come forward with a stark warning aimed at Diddy's son, Christian Combs, claiming that his life could now be in danger. According to Deal, growing fractures within Diddy's inner circle may have played a critical role in how damaging information surfaced publicly. He has alleged that the viral footage involving Cassie did not leak by accident, but rather emerged from tensions closer to home, suggesting that Diddy's own son may have been connected to the chain of events that ultimately led to Diddy's arrest. These claims remain unproven, but they have intensified speculation about betrayal, internal conflict, and how rapidly everything unraveled for the music mogul.
That King Combs came out with, where he was coming at 50 and coming at everybody, coming at his dad. Like, how you feel about that record?
Well, first I want to say to this young man, before somebody take his head off, because see, that's that new school bull crap that these kids out here, they easy to fly off their mouth with that. You don't invite a man to your private. You don't invite a man to your private unless you doing the Diddy. If two men lay down, how many homos get up? Let me tell you, young man, 2 of them. You understand? So don't invite a man to your private, because that man will see you and take your head off. Especially somebody like 50. You don't send or let a boy do a man's job. I don't know if he need that type of attention or he want that type of attention. Evidently he do. But 50 is the wrong dude that you want to do that type of attention, get that kind of attention from, bro. In the infamous words of Waka Flocka, that nigga go hard in the paint. And I don't believe that this cat would even put out some trash like that and really didn't know what he was doing. He's teasing the federal government. And I told y'all, the Southern District of New York do not.
So, if these allegations and theories are even partially true, it raises a striking possibility that Diddy's own son may have played a role in triggering the events now threatening his future. With prosecutors outlining an extensive list of alleged crimes, some observers believe that internal family fractures may have accelerated the collapse. While no outcome has been decided and the legal process is still ongoing, the irony is hard to ignore. The forces that could ultimately keep Diddy behind bars for life may have come from within his own circle.
After he did that shit, something get leaked to the press. Do you notice that, right? As soon as he did that dumb shit, talking about, well, we did this and we did that. We had this over here, y'all went to the wrong house. Some went to, he said, well, we're gonna show you how wrong we are. Yo, CNN, run this. Action, roll them. Don't play with the feds, bro. Because you got to realize this. They got a lot of time. All they got is time.
In fact, based on what has been seen publicly, some observers have begun to question how much concern Christian Combs appears to have for his father's situation. To many, his recent behavior has come across as detached, fueling speculation that his priorities may lie elsewhere as the legal pressure surrounding Diddy continues to intensify. Of course, appearances don't tell the full story, but the optics alone have raised eyebrows and added to the growing narrative of strain within the family.
I've worked in law enforcement for 27 years, and I had the opportunity to see Haida. It's a place, whereas they have the state, the feds, the NYPD, the Department of Corrections, and the state police. Yo, this place could be half of a basketball court. That's where they just got lines of computers with officers of all different people and officers just on the internet. whoever's over that case, whoever's working that case, don't you know they saw that and took it to their boss?
Adding to the controversy, Christian King Combs was reportedly spotted celebrating with his girlfriend, Raven Tracy, just 2 days after attending his father's federal sex trafficking court hearing. In a video shared online, the Love You Better rapper appeared relaxed and in good spirits as he enjoyed a night out with Tracy following her appearance at Essence's Feed to Funds panel on Saturday. The timing of the outing quickly drew attention online, with many questioning the contrast between the serious family circumstances and the seemingly carefree public display. While public moments don't reveal private emotions, the optics alone fueled further speculation about growing distance within the Combs family.
Hi, Hector.
But I'm used to having love. I fucking think of it up. I ain't excited to heaven chase the vibe. I'm praying to it, to the declaration vibe. I'm a tight snake, heavyweight in the block, and every state of the block.
He's a monster. That type of meaning go hard. Trying to be monster.
Yo.
Something means to be hard.
You got filters on me?
You here? See what's going on? Lady on in the building.
There we go.
Cause I'm coming up. You all night, nigga. Stop, cause it's coming out.
Get my lip back. Look, I just get my lip off. Like that, no. Come back around. I buy what you want.
But it's not. She don't fight us on the we can try if you want, but she's going to W. As it is, you cross through. The song is you know the boss too. This is my man, he don't cross you. So up there.
Show the inches! Show the inches! Yeah!
I'm dead to G, I'm in the 30s. My bitch for 35 for feet.
Yeah!
My lips for juicy to my
Yeah.
You remind me of Whitney. I love you. I will be a helpful. I never, but I think I'll show up, boo. To me, I'm genius, this boo. She get money and she get it too.
Oh, so they got a new song.
Y'all know I can't dance for real.
I got the baddest girl in the world.
In the video, the couple shared a kiss while dancing among friends, and Christian boldly declared to the camera that he had the baddest girl in the world. The celebratory moment stood in sharp contrast to the gravity of what had taken place just days earlier. Only 2 days prior, Christian and 5 of his 6 siblings had attended their father's federal court appearance. Sean Diddy Combs, the founder of Bad Boy Records, is currently facing serious criminal charges. His mother, Janice Combs, was also present in the courtroom, publicly defending her son and denouncing the case as what she described as a public lynching. According to reports, Diddy entered the courtroom wearing jail-issued clothing and was escorted through a side entrance. Despite pleading not guilty, he was denied bail for the 3rd time, and the judge has scheduled the trial to begin on May 5th. But the controversy doesn't end with Diddy. Christian Combs himself has also been pulled into serious legal trouble. In April, A lawsuit was filed against him alleging that he sexually assaulted a woman identified as Grace Omarque. The complaint claims the incident occurred in late December 2022, while Omarque was working aboard a yacht charter that was initially presented as a wholesome family excursion, but which she alleges quickly devolved into a highly sexualized and hedonistic environment. The alleged assault is said to have taken place just days before Diddy hosted a celebrity-filled New Year's Eve yacht party. The lawsuit accuses Christian Combs of sexual assault, sexual harassment, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Diddy is also named in the filing for premises liability as the individual who allegedly chartered the yacht and for aiding and abetting, allegations he has strongly denied. Legal representatives for both father and son have dismissed the lawsuit, calling it lewd, meritless, and based on fabricated claims, in her filing, Omarque provides additional disturbing allegations, claiming that Christian drugged and assaulted her. The lawsuit includes transcriptions of audio recordings that she says capture her rejecting his advances while he continued to grope her. At the time, Omarque, who is 25 years old, was working as a steward on the yacht, serving food and drinks from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. She further alleges that during that shift, she witnessed drug use and interactions involving celebrities and individuals she believed to be sex workers. These allegations remain unresolved in court, but they add another deeply troubling layer to an already explosive and ongoing legal saga.
And she was 25 years old at the time. She believed that the trip would be a, quote, wholesome family excursion, but says it, quote, turned into a hedonistic environment, even describing rampant drug use among sex workers and celebrities who came on board. She believes that the alcohol on the yacht had been laced with drugs because she says women would have one drink and then almost immediately pass out or start falling over. This is, by the way, something that it was also alleged in Jones's lawsuit, that Combs would spike the drinks of different people. But focusing on Christian Combs, Omarque says that Christian Combs had been staying at a villa on the shore, but that he would come onto the yacht in the evening to party. And on December 28, 2022, Christian reportedly arrived very intoxicated and then proceeded to pressure Omarque to take shots of tequila.
She further alleges that Christian Combs arrived on the yacht visibly intoxicated and began giving her an uncomfortable level of attention almost immediately. According to the lawsuit, he allegedly pressured her to take multiple shots of tequila, drinks she later suspected may have been spiked. The filing claims that as the night progressed, his behavior escalated, becoming aggressive and crossing boundaries, including inappropriate groping. The suit also references alleged audio recordings made by music producer Rodney, Lil Rod Jones, who was reportedly present at the time and has claimed to possess hours of footage documenting what he describes as illegal activities involving Diddy and members of his staff. These claims remain allegations and have not been proven in court, but they have added further weight to an already intensifying legal controversy.
Omarque reportedly told Christian, quote, "Excuse me, you don't touch my legs like that. I'll move my legs where I want to. If I want to do this, then I will. You don't touch my legs like that." Omarque then says that she told Christian she couldn't stay with him unless it was approved by a supervisor, all of whom she knew would be asleep at the time, so this was a way for her to get out of the situation. She claims that Christian said, "Who can I talk to? I'm going to say I requested you right now." Omarque then says she responded with, quote, "Well, you can take your hand off my ass for the first thing." Omarque says that she tried to go back to her work, but Christian found her again, wanted her to find him a place to sleep for the night. So she ended up taking him to the cinema room for the yacht, which doubled as a place for people to sleep. And she claims that is when Christian blocked her and groped her, took off his clothes, tried to force her to perform oral sex on him. She says that she was able to fight him off until someone came in. Now, the lawsuit goes on to say that Omarque told the yacht captain what happened the very next day, but he didn't believe her, didn't do any sort of real investigation. She says the captain retaliated against her for months after the alleged assault, before ultimately firing her in May of 2023. Now, aside from her account, aside from a potential other witness, right, the person that allegedly walked in on this, what proof is there that this happened? Well, she reportedly has photos of the bruises that she says were caused by this event with Christian Combs. The quote was, "Our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, have been ignored, as Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls." Holly goes on to say, "We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them." Then the attorneys for Universal Music Group, one of the defendants who are also being sued by Rodney Jones for their alleged participation and facilitation of the abuse and trafficking claim by Jones, they argued that the claims were so, quote, offensively false that one of these attorneys, Donald Zakarin, wrote, "A license to practice law is a privilege. Mr. Blackburn, plaintiff's lawyer, has misused that license to self-promote, gratuitously, falsely, and recklessly accusing the UMG defendants of criminal behavior." So a lot of back and forth that we're seeing right here. And again, to be clear, everything that Diddy and his sons are facing are accusations. They haven't even been criminally charged. These are civil lawsuits. There has been no finding by a judge or a jury that they are liable at this point. Having said all of that, this is a very significant development, and we will see.
This development marked a major turning point. With Diddy now behind bars, even more shocking revelations continue to surface about him and his family. In recent weeks, he has reportedly been hit with 6 additional lawsuits, dramatically increasing the legal pressure surrounding his case. Former bodyguard Gene Deal has weighed in once again, expressing his belief that the prosecution's case has become overwhelmingly strong and that Diddy's chances of prevailing at trial appear extremely slim. While the legal process is still unfolding and no verdict has been reached, Deal's comments reflect how dire many insiders believe the situation has become.
May 5th, 2025, that's when Diddy trial starts. How you feel about it, man?
I think if their lawyer got that off, they did a great job, because you got to realize some of these cases, even you get regular drug cases, they be taking a year or 2 years to go through all the paperwork, everything they want to do, how the guy weighed out, getting the witnesses and everything together. I think the lawyer thinking that they're not going to be able to give them discovery and enough discovery in that short of time, because the prosecutors are not going to present anything to the court that they think they can't prove. You understand what I'm saying? So the prosecutors is going to try to, go through everything. And that's a short time, brother. That's less than May? That's less than 7-8 months. You talking about 18 businesses. You talking about they got, I think they say 170 witnesses. You understand? They got 1,000 bottles of oil they got to test. Allegedly baby oil that they got to test. And I said allegedly baby oil because that's what the prosecutor said. Alleged baby oil. He didn't say baby oil. He said alleged baby oil. So that means that it may be something, or some of those bottles wasn't baby oil. You talking about victims and their statements and presenting them to the courts. So they got a lot of things. So that was a smart move by the defense, trying to get the trial, a speedy trial, so the prosecutor only have so much evidence that they could present. It could help them, and it can hurt them too.
How you feel about Diddy lawyers coming out blaming the government for leaking, the tape of Cassie?
Well, the lawyers are doing what they're supposed to do. They supposed to trying to try this case in the public's eye. You understand? So Diddy could get, Diddy could probably get off by them saying that the prosecutors them released the tape. The grand jury have every right to see any kind of evidence out there that the prosecute want to give them. Now, them leaking it and everything like that, that's not gonna decide whether the judge is gonna allow them to dismiss the case because they leaked this this trial, because they're gonna try to state he can't get a fair trial because the prosecutors are trying to win their case in the public's eye. That's not going to be, it's going to be up to the judge to decide whether that was significant enough to not have this trial. His lawyers are trying to do anything, and they're going to try to do anything to win this case without it first going in front of a jury, without us first going in front of the judge like that. You know, so what they're doing is they're gonna try to play all different kind of cards to make us think, you understand, the dude is innocent and he's been done wrong and unfair. That's what the lawyer's supposed to do. But it ain't gonna work, bro. It's not gonna work. Just like, hold up, but just like first bail denied, second bail denied, the third bail denied. They don't trust the lawyers, and they damn well don't trust Diddy being out in public or in the streets or at home at any time.
According to Gene Deal, the prosecution's case is shaping up to be so formidable that he believes Diddy is facing the most serious outcome imaginable. In Deal's view, the evidence appears so overwhelming that Diddy should begin preparing himself mentally and spiritually for what lies ahead. These remarks reflect Deal's personal opinion, not an official legal judgment, but they underscore just how dire many believe the situation has become.
You heard about how he might be getting some more indictments?
I think that they trying to beef up their case, bro. They're gonna continue to beef up their case once they continue to dig and get stuff. Once they continue to dig and get more stuff from the business part of it, they're gonna use those charges. Because if he did anything that was illegal regarding tax evasions, money laundering, they're gonna use that. If he had used his company and his power for the racketeering and things like that, so they can get the RICO Act on there, they're gonna use that. Any new news that can make their case powerful and they can present it to the court, they're gonna use it. As long as they give it to the defense team in the discovery, they're gonna use everything. But it's gonna be difficult for Puff to fight his case in jail. You know how hard it is to fight your case and go through every last one of those victims, or whether you know them or not. All that paperwork he had to do, you gotta realize they only get a lawyer like 2 hours, I think. Anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. And maybe on certain days, depending on where you at. How is he gonna fight his case decent in jail? But that's what happened where you lay your head.
So you don't see any kind of way he get out of this?
Bruh, I would bet whatever I had that he ain't got no chance in hell in getting out of here. All because they already got one witness for the sex trafficking case. And that's all you need. And when you only have to have one witness for the sex trafficking case, even though she may have been a participant, and I'm talking about Cassie, it's gonna be hard for him to fight that one charge.
What makes Gene Deal's earlier warning about Diddy's own son particularly noteworthy is how it intersects with long-standing theories and online speculation surrounding Diddy's influence in the music industry. Over the years, some commentators have circulated improving claims suggesting that powerful figures may have had behind-the-scenes conflicts with certain artists they disagreed with. Names like Nipsey Hussle are sometimes mentioned in these discussions. However, it is crucial to state clearly that there is no evidence and no official finding linking Diddy to any harm involving Nipsey Hussle or any other artist. These ideas remain rumors and conspiracy theories, not established facts. Still, their persistence highlights the dark narrative that has grown around Diddy's legacy and why any mention of internal danger or betrayal continues to fuel intense public speculation.
You called Diddy a demon over a comment he made to Nipsey. What made you say that? Like, what's the backstory behind it?
But bro, I didn't say he was a demon. What I think I said that you gotta watch what you say to these demons. And I might have put him in the same category. But I didn't per se, he's a demon. Now he's done shit that I projected, I see that demons does. When I seen him picked up that dove and a dove supposed to be that of new beginning in life, and the dove fell to the ground straight like it was dead the day we did that. He did that ritual in the park before he went to trial with Sean. Bruh. And I'll tell you that story if we talk about Sean. If we talk about Sean today, I'll tell you that story, all right? How about that? Now don't go figure out something to talk to me and ask me about Sean. Yeah, but if we talk about Sean, I'll ask that. But what you was asking me is that, listen here, man. I did not know Nipsey Hussle. I knew of him and the positive things that he was trying to do out there in his community. The music that he was putting out, that I could say, based on conversations that I heard him speak, that the man was spiritually connected. He was a child of God. He had gotten in front of Puffy one time, and he told Puff that he was putting out this music, and I guess Puff was helping him in some kind of way, and he said something. And that what he said was, I need my music and my album to have the same feel of that life after death, like Biggie's album. Now, you taking a spiritual person who's asking for something. He said, I wanted that same feel as life after death. That same feel was that Biggie got murdered and he went on to sell about 10 million albums or 10 million copies. I was saying, you gotta watch what you say to demons, because it just might come true. You just gotta watch what you say, brother, because God said that you say it by mouth, you believe it in thy heart, and it shall happen. And when you got a strong spirit, and you that type of person, you gotta watch what you say out your mouth, man.
You think it was a good idea for Nipsey to be cool with Diddy?
I really can't speak on what and the reason why that man would, when he was already doing a great job himself with the team that he had. But somebody convinced him that that would be a good look for him. But no disrespect, he got what he asked for.
Back in 2022, Diddy spoke publicly about his involvement as an executive producer on Nipsey Hussle's Victory Lap, the acclaimed album that went on to earn a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Album at the 61st Grammy Awards. During an interview on Real 92.3's The Cruise Show, the Love Records founder explained that Nipsey personally brought him onto the project just 5 days before the album was completed. Diddy said that while he played a meaningful role in the final stages of the record, his executive producer credit was initially left off the album, a detail that later drew attention given the project's success and lasting legacy.
Yo, man, I want you to mentor me. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nip had no ego. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Nip came to me and said, I want you to mentor me. You know, I want to get into real estate. I want you to teach me all your, you know what I mean, like your business secrets. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whenever you got questions, pull up. And then on his last album, people do not know this. Somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed it. I actually am one of the executive producers of Nipsey Hussle's last album.
Victory Lap.
Yeah, Victory Lap. So a lot of people don't know this. We got them to change it in Wikipedia. Somebody over at the label tried to leave my name out, but he came to me and said, I want you to be a part of helping me finish up this album. And so I was a part of not just the records I was on with him on his last album. He was like, yo, I'm a big fan of like Life After Death. You know what I'm saying? And I know you got like that vibe, but I'm bringing like that vibe. Like my stuff, it has a West Coast sound, but it also has a bad boy sound. So I felt like, yo, I really need you to come and help me out with this. So that's why I have so much footage of us in the studio, because like the last 5 days of him finishing the album, he came to me and said, would you come on as one of the executive producers? And man, we had just started really getting extra close and tight. And then, you know, everything happened. But individual that like sent from God. And I know we sad, and I know that we miss him, but I'm telling you, like, he did his work. The way he has inspired, the way he inspires me, he did his work, and he represented LA like no other. Top-notch, glorious, godly, positive, loving, trying to save the community. Like, this cat is really real. He was up there to me with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and all the other Latino freedom fighters and stuff like that. He was a revolutionary, man.
This behind-the-scenes revelation surfaced just one day before Diddy was announced as a headliner for the 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival, a timing many found striking. But Nipsey Hussle is far from the only name that has been pulled into the wider conversation. Over the years, various theories and rumors have circulated online linking other artists to what critics describe as Diddy's troubling behind-the-scenes behavior. While these claims remain speculative and unproven, they continue to fuel debate and deepen public curiosity about how far the ripple effects of Diddy's alleged antics may truly extend.